Yeah, John, just wanted to ask about Alexander Texier. And he's obviously a guy I think doesn't have a whole lot of fear when he's put in situations like he was last night. But just the amount of minutes you gave him and the way he played, are you seeing a guy that's kind of feels comfortable in playoff hockey and getting more experience and just, starting to really become the player you think he can be?
Yeah, he was banged up most of the year, but he's going to be a really good player. He's not tentative. He's a pretty good complement with Luke. So he played a very good game.
Mark Masters, TSN.
John, in your experience, where does the mental toughness come from for a team? Is it coached up? Can you and the staff do that? Is it the leadership? Is it each individual guy? Where do you think the mental toughness of the group comes from?
Well, I think to develop mental toughness, you need to go through experiences. And do you fall in fetal position, or do you handle it head on? Do you succeed? Do you fail? All those things, I think you learn through the experiences of it. It's not from coaching. It's from players experiencing certain situations. And the mental part of the game, to me, far outweighs the X's and O's of the game right now. And so that's something we do try to coach it quite a bit, a lot more than X's and O's, but then it falls on the players how they handle it.
Aaron Portzline, The Athletic.
Hey, John, I'm thinking of the play shortly after Elvis came in where the puck is chipped ahead and it looks like Kapanen may have a breakaway. Elvis comes into the game cold, really no time, I don't think, to prepare that he may be coming in. And he makes that read to come out of the net and play that. Can you just speak to the calm that he showed in a setting that he'd never been in before? Obviously, the stakes are pretty high at that point.
Yeah, Elvis. He is he's sure of himself. He has that personality of that he's not afraid, and he has grown. Let's face it, when he first started in the National Hockey League, he was awful. And then he grew pretty quickly, started understanding the league, I think started respecting the league, which was very important that was a very important bridge for him to cross, respect the league. And I think has worked on his game with Manny, the mental part of the game, and has turned into a terrific player.
We can do a couple more for Coach. Curtis Rush, New York Times.
Hi, John. I was wondering, as the players get more bumps and scrapes as the intensity picks up, how hard is it for the players to hide these injuries from the opposition when they're being housed in the same hotel? I mean, is there anything you can do to disguise even a bit more?
Yeah, it's not that difficult. That's one thing about here in the bubble, which surprised me a little bit, was you really don't, you're not running into the other team or other people a whole bunch here. It's interesting because I think we have 7 teams in this hotel, but the way it's all been scheduled with practices and games and this and that, you really don't see one another very much. So that's a non-factor as far as the injuries are concerned. I don't think any team has disclosed them. I think that's the league policy right now. I don't think there's much information going around.
We'll do 2 more. We can go back to Aaron Portzline for a follow-up if you have one, Aaron.
John, people are talking about last night's game as PierreLuc Dubois' coming out party, but Alexander Texier is a player you leaned on heavy last night, and he delivered. Have you seen a level of confidence from him that matches what you saw last night?
Well, let's be careful about this coming out party. I mean, this is one game. We get too excited about things too quickly. So it's one of the things that we're looking for our players, and Luke being one of them, is consistency. With Tex is healthy finally. And remember, Portsy, he was sitting on his ass. He couldn't do anything. He just had to sit on the couch because of his injury. He's full of energy. He's rested. He's had a good camp, and he's a good player. He's all business. He's totally in all facets of the game. It's good to see. Seeing players like him and Foodie being put in these situations, the amount of minutes they're getting in these situations is very good for this organization.
Jeff Svoboda, you can have the last one, Jeff.
I have to ask, do you have a goaltender decision for tonight?
Elvis.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.